Paradia, Enko Sakoyada, Framina Sakoparada, Elia, Sepayada, Efrapakayada, Separadia, Alisapayada, Elia. Two things to nail on the cross as you journey with the cross of total dedication and commitment to the values of Christ. Two things are, number one, flesh and blood. Flesh is the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and blood is the nature of sin which resides in the unsaved human soul. So the things you are going to bleed on your cross is blood. And the thing that will be nailed on that Calvary is your flesh crucified. And then you will gush out blood. That sinful fallen nature of your first Adam that lusts, that fight your spirit. That nature is still there, brother. Paul calls it the works of the flesh. The Bible says the flesh wars against the spirit, and the spirit wars against the flesh. But there is a journey to eliminate the flesh from a man. That journey is the journey to the hill of death. Your thrive in the will of God is the execution of the head of the first man for the transplant of the headship of Jesus. When a man comes under the dominion of Zion, when you speak, it is that which you have heard the Father. When you speak, it is that which you have heard from the Father. A man is now walked by God. A man has finally become an instrument of God. A man has become the very man that God could talk through. A dwelling place of divinity. A dwelling place of the totality of God. The Bible says, if any man loves me, my Father will love him, and me and my Father will come and make our abode in him. Is the crushing? Because at the moment, what has dominated you is your soul. Because the Bible says, receive with meekness the engrafted word which is able to save your soul. So unsaved soul is not subject to the authority of Christ. And our consciousness and our reality and what we become is the function of our soul. Whoever dominates your soul becomes your Lord. Now there are two constitutions that control natural realities. And to eliminate these two realities, Paul said we must be willing to present our bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, on the altar of the hill of death. Paul went further to say, if you desire to step into the realms of God, thou must be willing to present your bodies a living sacrifice unto God, holy and acceptable. Then he says, then you will be willing to also to abstain from the systems of this world for the salvaging of your blood. Presenting your body on the altar of God's fire would also require that you do not conform to the systems of this world, so that you be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Elia, Sepayada, Efrapakayada, Separadia, Alisapayada, Elia, Shahila. Fapayala, Ekosapahira, Masapayada, Laila, Familia, Sepakariada, Yakabaya, Sefria, Perika Payada, Antosapanikavayada, Sa Emparadia, Evahila, Elina, Sefahila, Ekamaria. We increase in spiritual ranks when we capture certain depths in the realms of your sin. When we elevate into that encounter, something is captured in the realms.